Hello, children. Our lesson for today is on parallel lines. Our objective is to identify parallel lines. So let's see what are parallel lines. Parallel lines run alongside each other in pairs. Now, here we are talking about pairs of line. We are not talking about one single line. So when you say lines are parallel, you're talking about two lines. For example, we have these two lines here. They are parallel to each other because they run alongside each other. Okay? Is that the only thing that we consider to call two lines parallel? No. There are two more things which we need to see. Two lines are parallel if they would never meet if they carried on. What does that mean? It means that if I draw or extend these lines further, they are never going to meet. Now, the third thing which we need to keep in mind is that they are always same distance apart. Now, what does that mean? It means if I measure from here to here this distance and from here to here, if I measure this distance, it is going to be equal. So these two lines over here are always same distance apart. Means I keep extending them, still they are going to have the same distance. So if I measure this to this point and this point to this point, it is still going to be the same. So three conditions are important to call any two lines parallel. First thing, they run alongside each other in pairs. Then they would never meet if they carried on. And the third is they always are the same distance apart. Now let's see this example. We have two horizontal lane lines. One is this horizontal lane line and one is this one, the red and yellow ones. So these two lines are parallel to each other. Why are they parallel? These two lines they run alongside each other. They are never going to meet ahead even if I extend this, and they are always the same distance apart, which means this point to this point, if I take my measuring tape and measure, and if I measure this point to this point, these two distances are going to be the same. Okay, next example. I have some vertical lines over here. If you can see this rail track and this rail track. And are these two vertical lines parallel? Yes, they are. What about these two railway tracks? Are they parallel? Yes. All right. So here I have set of lines. Now let's see in each set whether these lines are parallel or not. Let's take this set first. When I say set of lines, it means I'm talking about more than one. So if I have one single line, I will not call it as a set of lines. So these two lines, let's check whether they're parallel. First thing, they're running along beside each other. Second thing is that whether are they going to meet at any point if these lines carried on. So let's draw lines. One line we extended this line and let's extend this line. So they are coming here and meeting if you can see. So are these lines parallel? No, they are not parallel because when you extend these two lines, you can see they come and meet at this point. So we cannot call these two lines parallel because they don't fulfill the conditions. Let's go to the next set of lines. Okay, now let's see whether these two lines are parallel. They are running alongside each other. Yes, they are. What about when we extend, what happens? So we extend these two lines and see what happens. Are these two lines coming and meeting anywhere? No. Even if they carry on like that, they are not meeting at any point. Okay, what was the third thing? That they are always the same distance apart. The fact that these two lines are not meeting at any point, even if we are drawing it further, it means that these two lines are same distance apart. Now let's take the next set of lines, these two. Okay, now are these two lines parallel? Now, first thing, they don't run alongside each other, they are rather crossing each other. So, are these two lines parallel? No. Lines, if they are parallel, they are not going to cross each other. So, these two lines are not parallel. What about this set of lines? Even though this is a short line and this one is a longer line, they are parallel. Why? Because if I extend these two, they are not going to meet at any point. So these two lines are parallel. So among these four sets of lines, we have parallel lines only in this set and this set. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now let's identify a pair of parallel lines in the picture. Okay, so you either call it as a set of lines or you call it as parallel lines. Okay, now when you look at this house, which two lines do you think are parallel? Use these labels to name them. Line AE, which is this line, is parallel to which line? Yes, it is parallel to the line CD, this line. Line ED, this one, is parallel to which line? Yes, it is parallel to AC. Now, is this line B and C parallel to any of these lines? No, because none of the lines are running alongside this line. Is line AE parallel to line ED? No, because they come and meet at this point. So this line and this line are not parallel. So that's all with the lesson. Have a nice day.